So in this step, we're going to be doing frames. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do frames. The best way I find, well, I haven't actually tried this to this extent, but having a frame drawn out. So I found a diagram on the internet on these frames. It's very poor quality because they want you to buy them because they're more so for repairs when you do frame repair. So all I did was I tried to scale the image the best I could. As you can see, this would have been, like, to be clear, would have been this small. So it's blown up and I drew it out. The distance between here and here is probably not correct. So I drew a line just so I know. But this is what the frame kind of looks like on a 74 to 76 Caddy. They went through a couple variations with this frame, which just kind of this piece, either they didn't have this piece here and they just had a regular tranny cross member, which most of your cars that you're going to build are going to have. Now, a lot of the time, like Vics and stuff aren't going to have this. They're not going to have this up here. They're just going to have their rail come over. And then usually on a Vic, it's 90 degrees, unless it's an 03 and newer. It's got a slight sway in there. But you can just do generic frame shape. You don't have to get too specific. I just wanted a diagram so I can get it consistent from side to side. So once you get that, you're going to need aluminum tape for this step, or at least it makes it 1,000 times easier. So aluminum tape, or like air duct tape, like it's not thick, like it's like tin foil. And I only use it so glue doesn't seep out. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So what we're going to end up doing is filling this with glue. Now, this is why I like oval turkey pans. It's just they're the most consistent in here. Like, they're not even that consistent. But when you fill them with glue, as you can see, you're going to just stick the end of your glue gun in there. Push glue through it. It's going to fill all that, whatever. But it'll seep out because it's just rolled. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece longer than your car. Not too much longer, but as you can see, it's longer. Like if I line it up, it's quite a bit longer. Now, it's better to have too much than too little. Now you're going to get a piece of your tape and cut it a tiny bit shorter than your... See, it's just a tiny bit shorter. Now you're just going to roll it up this way. So you're going to put your tape on and roll it. So I'll show you once I take all the paper off and roll it up. So as you can see, I rolled it up and it's not rolled up tight. And then from here, you just do that. And it'll suck it in all tight to it, as you can see. And once you've done that to both rails, we're going to fill it up with glue, and I'm going to show you what I do for that. So when you cut these rails, you're going to want to make sure you get both ends like that because they squish out. So usually I just get my scissors, jam it in there. But from here, we're going to go to my little plate of steel, which is kind of a mess. I'll get some pliers. I'll put them down here and put it in here. I don't clamp this, just enough so it holds it. Like, I don't want to squish it or anything. Now from here, I'm going to get my torch, and we're going to move the camera up like that. And all you're going to do is heat it like this. Don't burn it, because you can burn it with the torch. You're just going to heat it up to help the glue. And I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up right now. And once that gets heated up, I'll show you what happens then. So I've been heating it up, and make sure you have a glue stick handy. So usually I'll just keep a glue stick. Usually sitting like between the pliers, just so I know where it is, just so it doesn't roll away. Then from here, you're just going to stick your glue gun in here, and you're just going to start filling. And you don't want to go too fast, but this is all you do. Now you are going to get some that comes out the top, and that's fine, because That's probably just that probably means air's just coming out. So it's not a big deal. Make sure you get to the bottom. Now I'm out of glue. So gotta put another stick in. Usually this takes 1.5 sticks. And you'll know it's done by when it leaks out the bottom. It'll start to leak out. Sometimes if it doesn't leak out the bottom, I'll just call it good enough if I go through a stick and a half. And sometimes I'll move my pliers at this point so I can see if it's leaking. So it started coming out the bottom, as you can see. And we're gonna let this cool down. I've used to put them in a water bottle. I used to have a big water bottle that a whole frame rail could fit into, but I like to just let them cool down as they want to. You do have to wipe off the excess almost right away. So you just get a scrap piece of aluminum. And so, like, where's this glue? Right there. And you just wipe it off. Just scrape it. So, see, extra glue. And that's it. Now you just wait for it to cool off.